Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavatam, 8th canto, chapter 16, text 56. Disu Gyananda Krupana Vishnostat Prenanam Vidvan Bunjito Sahabandhuvi. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. One should distribute Vishnu Prasad to everyone, including the poor man, the blind man, the non-devotee, and the non-Brahmana, knowing that Lord Vishnu is very pleased when everyone is sumptuously paid with Vishnu Prasad. The performer of Yajna should then take Prasad with his friends and relatives. Text 57. Nrutyavaditra giteishcha स्तुतिभिः स्वस्तिवाचकैः कारयति तत्कथाभिश्च lion, cat, dog, do you understand? They eat fish, meat, do you understand? Amishasi, do you understand? Some animals like cow, goat, elephant, they never eat flesh, meat. They are vegetarian. Do you understand? You look at them. Those are vegetarian animals. Huh? And those are non-vegetarian animals like lion, tiger, cat, dog, etc. Huh? When they drink water, how do they drink? They drink water by tongue. Yes, that is symptom. One who drinks water by licking tongue is non-vegetarian. Is, do you understand? Flesh eater. And when vegetarian, like this cow, goat, elephant, how do they drink water? By lips, not by tongue. By lips. And man drinks water by lips. This symptom that man's food is not meat, fish, not flesh, is vegetarian, is natural. This is symptom, you can understand it. Ah. Just means to stay. Jagatushta. If Krishna or Lord Vishnu will be satisfied, pleased, then whole world will be satisfied and pleased. If you pour water, Jatha Taron Mula Nisochanena, Trupenti Taskanda Bhujoposakha, Prana Pahar Harat Tathindriyani, Tatheva Sarvarana Machutidya. If you pour water at the root of a tree, whole tree gets its branches, twigs, leaves, flowers, fruits, all get. No separate. Giving is necessary. If you give food to the stomach, whole body is nourished. No separate offering food to the eye, ear, nose, hand, legs. Katharana Machyuteja. Lord Achyuta, infallible Lord Achyuta, Govinda, Vishnu, Krishna will be worshipped and will be satisfied and pleased. The whole world will be pleased because it is source of all creation. Do you understand? So, to please Krishna, to please Vishnu is the goal of our life. Thereby we'll get pleasure. But forgetting that, if someone wants to please himself, please his body, senses, to please the body, those are related to the body, his wife, his children, his kith and kin, relatives, what will happen? What will happen? Suffer. Unlimited misery. You understand? यही संस्वा भोगा दुख जो नहीं है, इस दुख जो नहीं है, अनलिमिटेड मिजरी, suffering. So varnashram dharma, daiva varnashram, real varnashram dharma, the goal of varnashram dharma is haritosana, to satisfy Lord Hari. Please Lord Hari. And Shastrabanya maya srishtam guna karma vibhagasa. Krishna has said that thing in Bhagavad Gita that he has inaugurated this dharma. He has. Not man. And its aim is haritosana. If you want to haritosana, if you observe that varnashram dharma for your own pleasure and happiness, bodily pleasure and happiness, and those are related to body, then it becomes displeasing, suffering. You understand? And this is for conditioned souls, those are under the grip of Maya. So this is Maya's dharma. This is not Atma dharma. This is not dharma of the soul. But Chaturvanya Maya Srishtam. But Krishna has created this thing, dharma, this. And Krishna has ordered this thing, that is his order. Through your varnashram dharma, you please Krishna, Vishnu. When this is low type of bhakti, when this varnashram dharma, someone is engaged under the guidance of a bona fide guru, then guru instructs this thing, a light, as it is in Gita. Krishna is guru and Arjuna is Shishya. Krishna says, you are Kshatriya, Rajaguna predominates in you, you should fight. You cannot give up fighting. That's natural with you. So fight for me. You understand? Fight for me. That is varnashram dharma. A person does so under the guidance of a guru, thereby pleases Lord Hari or Vishnu, and never cherishes this desire for dharma, artha, kam, moksha. Do you follow me? Never develops this desire for dharma, artha, kam, moksha, only to please Krishna and Vishnu, nothing for me, then it becomes pure bhakti. That varnashram dharma becomes pure bhakti. That means that performer, that dharma, observer of that dharma becomes a dear devotee and pure devotee. He is elevated to that pure platform of pure devotion. That is from, what you say, low type of bhakti, he will be elevated to higher type of bhakti. This will lead him. That he says. Then at that time, you will develop taste for Hari Katha, Krishna Katha. Yes. You will develop taste for it. Then by hearing Sunatang Sokatha Krishna Punya Savana Kirtana, Jasto hi abadrani vidunoti swasvatang. When you hear this pure Krishna Katha, nectarian Katha, so sweet, transcendental Katha from the lips of pure Vaishnava, then all the contaminations, filth accumulated in the heart will be cleansed off. You understand? Then you will inquire more and more about Tattva Jignasa. Isn't it? That inquiry will be there. Approach such a Tattacharya who knows Tattva and inquire. Surrender unto him, serve him, please him, humbly ask. Then out of mercy, he will impart the Tattva Gyan. By the mercy of Sadhu Guru, you will get this Gyan. This is inquiry about the soul, inquiry about the super soul of the Lord. Nothing inquiry about this body or sense gratification. Jivasya tattva jignasa nartha jasya karmani. Bhagavatam says, when someone has been given this human birth, he should inquire about soul, pleasure of the soul, super soul, not the pleasure and enjoyment of the body are related to the body. That's tattva jignasa. one who has developed Tattva Jignasa should be understood that he will be very much inclined, interested to hear Krishna Katha, Vishnu Katha, Bhakta Katha. You understand? Katha Ruchi, develop taste for it. In other words, we may say, he has become very hungry for it. He has developed hunger about Krishna Katha. If there is hunger, if the person is very hungry, then the dishes will be very palatable, isn't it? No hunger, maybe very palatable dishes, you'll never taste it. Release it, because you have no hunger. So you should develop hunger for Krishna Katha. That is the hunger of the soul. Do you understand? Hunger of the soul. If you are not hungry for it, you cannot taste it. You can develop taste for it. Therefore, by observation of Varnashram Dharma under the guidance, proper guidance of a bona fide guru, and gives up all sorts of desires of dharma, artha, kama, moksha, vasana, then he elevates himself to the pure platform of devotion, Suddha Bhakti. Thereby he will develop some hunger and inquire more and more about it. How to. In other words, he should develop greed for it. Krishna Katha. Sadhu Sangye Krishna Katha. Imatra chai. Sansar jinite ar kon vastu nahi. One should develop greed for it. To do more and more, to have more and more sadhu sangha, and hear more and more nectarian Krishna Katha. That is the food for the soul. The soul is hungry, and this food is given. Do you understand? Then develop taste for it. Dharma sunisthita punsang vishwaksena katha suja nutpadere jadirating srama eva hi kevalam. Srimad Bhagavatam kind of says, is vishwaksena katha, is Krishna Katha. If someone cannot develop taste for it, then he is, what is this? Useless in labor. He is doing useless labor. Srama eva hi kevalam. You understand? When someone develops taste for Krishna Katha, then you should understand that he has transcended this platform of Varnashram Dharma, and he has elevated himself into the platform of pure bhakti. When someone has developed taste for Krishna Katha. Otherwise, he is in that platform, in this material platform. Atma-vritti, Atma dharma. Everybody, every vastu has its dharma. The body has its dharma. The mind has its dharma. The Atma has its dharma. Dharma of the body is what? Bolo, Jogeshwar. Dharma of the body is sense gratification. That is bodily dharma. Dharma of the mind is acceptance and rejection. Sankalpa vikalpa. That is mana dharma, mind's dharma. Dharma of the soul is to serve Krishna. Do you understand? That is Atma dharma. Do you understand? That is Atma dharma. When someone develops taste for Krishna Katha, then he should understand that he has now elevated himself to the platform of Atma dharma. Do you understand? That is Atma dharma. No, he is no longer in bodily dharma or mental dharma. He has transcended it in the platform of Atma dharma. Do you understand? That is the Shrestha dharma. That means now he has become Krishna Das, servant of Krishna. And Atma, Jai Atma Suprasidati, Savai Punso Paradharma, Jato Bhakti Radhokyaje, Ahetuki Apratihata, Jai Atma Suprasidati. Do you understand? Thereby Atma will be pleased, soul will be pleased, will be engaged in the service of Adhokyada, Supreme Lord Krishna. Do you understand? That is Parama Dharma. That is Supreme Dharma. Savai Punso Paradharma. There is no question of bhukti or mukti, material enjoyment and liberation. Anya vidasta sunyam, jnana karmadi anabrutam, anukulyena krishnanusvidanam, bhakti uttama. Rupa Goswami says. No other desire, no other motive, no desire for material enjoyment, no desire for liberation. Anukulyena krishnanusvidanam, only serving Krishna. Favorable way, that means to please Krishna. Whatever pleases Krishna, he is engaged in that activity or service. That is Shuddha Bhakti. Bhakti Uttama. Topmost Bhakti, pure Bhakti. That pleases Krishna. Jiver Swarupa hoy, Krishna Nitya Das. That is the constitutional position of Jiva. You are eternal servant of Krishna. Eternal servant. That means you are this only one business, occupation, that eternally you should engage yourself in the loving service of Krishna. That is Atma Dharma. Do you understand? One who is in the sun planet, sun planet, he never sees the rising and setting of the sun. Does he see? Because there is no question of rising and setting of the sun. He is in the sun planet, always. So who is always fixed at the lotus feet of Krishna? Day and night, 24 hours engaged in the loving service of Krishna. Every movement is attached to Krishna. He is in planet of Krishna. No? He is in Krishna's planet. He may be here. He may be in Sarga, in the heavenly planet. He may be in Narka, hellish planet. He may be in this earthly planet. He may be in the Apavarga, in Brahman, wherever he may be. If he is day and night, 24 hours, engaged in loving service of Krishna, attached to the lotus feet of Krishna, he is in Krishna's planet. Outwardly, for others, it may be heaven or earth or hell. For such a devotee, he is not that. This is Krishna's planet. Because he is always with Krishna. Where there is Krishna, Krishna is always in his planet. Do you understand? That is what. Jiva Nitya Krishna Dasa. That is real constitutional position of Jiva. That you are eternal servant of Krishna. So, for such a person, such a devotee, there is no question of bondage and liberation. He is not neither conditioned nor liberated. Do you understand? No. He is Krishna Das. He may be anywhere. You understand? You follow my words? This is very subtle tattva. Because there is no question of bhukti or mukti. He doesn't want it. Na dhanam, na sundarim kavitamba, jagadisha kamai, mama janmani janmanishware, bhavata bhakti rahetu kitui. Life after life. That means I don't want mukti. When Lord Nrsimhadev offered mukti to Prahlad Maharaj, did he accept? He didn't accept. No, I don't want. I don't want.
He's a slave.
He's
a slave.
Who?
Spirituality.
Huh?
He that condition will liberated, he's slave of Krishna.
Yes, that is your real constitutional position. Krishna Das, you are servant of Krishna. Nitya Das, eternal servant. So, eternal servant. Diyamanam na grunnanti mat sevanam vina. 4 types, 5 types of muktis are there, isn't it? 5 types. What is that? Sarupya, Salukya, Sarsti, Samipya, Sajujya. Sajujya is the worst type. Merging. Do you understand? Brahman or Brahma Sajujya, Ishwara Sajujya, 2 types. Body of Krishna. Body of the Lord. That is worst type. Do you understand? So, Vaishnava does not want that thing. Even the other 4 types, Salokya, Sarupya, Samipya, Sarsti. Do you understand? This baptize also pure devotee doesn't want. No. No. That means there is no question of mukti at all. Still they offer all these things. But the Lord Maharaj didn't accept it. No, I don't want. Because wherever he may be here, in this earthly planet, he may be in the hell. Narayana parasarvena kutastana vibhyati swargapa varga narakesopi tulyarthadarshina. Huh? Sixth canto. Those are Narayana para. Huh? Those are constantly attached to Bhagavan Narayana at the lotus feet of Lord Narayana, Vishnu or Krishna. Every place is equal. Swarga, Upavarga, Naraka. Heaven, hell, earthly planet, or Brahman. Wherever they may be, it is equal to them. How is it equal? Because it is the planet of Lord Narayana. One is constantly attached to Lord Narayana. He is in the planet of Lord Narayana, Vaikuntha. Outwardly or externally, it may be heaven or earth planet or Naraka. Hell is, but for such a devotee, it is Vaikuntha. Yes. So it is equal. That means there is no question of bhukti and mukti. No question of material enjoyment and liberation. So we say, one who is such a devotee, there is no question of mukti or bhukti or mukti. Is not neither in bondage nor liberated. Then what? Neither in bondage, not conditioned, nor liberated. It's transcendent. It's 100%. 100% devotee of Krishna, pure devotee. 24 hours, day and night. Every moment engaged in loving service of Krishna. Lotus feet of Krishna. Do you understand? This is very subtle point. Subtle philosophy, very confidential. And he's never detached, he never falls down from the lotus feet of Krishna. He never becomes detached from the lotus feet of Krishna at any moment. No. And he never thinks himself that as conditioned or liberated. He never thinks himself. Gopi Bhartru Pada Kamala Daso Dasanu Dasam. I am the servant of the servant of the servant of the husband of gopis. Do you understand? That Mahaprabhu has taught us. This is supreme dharma, Bhagavata dharma, Parama dharma. If Varnashram dharma is meant for conditioned souls, that if it is properly observed under the guidance of bona fide Vaishnava Guru Acharya, then the person gives up all his material desires, dharma, artha, kama, moksha, then he elevates himself in the pure platform of bhakti. Do you understand? He is no longer a conditioned soul. Then he develops taste for Harikatha. Develop taste for Harikatha. He is in the platform of the soul now, not platform of body. He has transcended the body platform. Now he hankers up about Harikatha. He is now hunger. Developed hunger for it. He is too hungry. How? More and more I will associate with such sadhu and hear such nectarian transcendental Harikatha. Always. Thereby, Jayatma Suprasidati. Thereby the soul will be pleased. This is the goal of human birth. This goal.
Transcend the body, we cannot have real taste for
No. Pritinna javan vai vasudeve namuchyate dehajogena tavat. Fifth canto. As long as you have not developed love for Vasudeva Krishna, you'll never be delivered from the bondage of bodily bondage. Do you understand me? Namuchyate dehajogena tavat. You understand? One cannot be delivered. His bondage will never be broken or destroyed. As long as one has not developed love for Krishna. Priti na javan vai vasudeve na mutyate deha jogi tavat. You understand? Only object of love is Krishna. Krishna is the only object of love. You understand? Krishna is the only object of love. One who has not developed such love for Krishna, then his object of love is who? Who are his object of love? His object of love is his body, his home and heart, his wife. Those are related to the body. His wife, his son, his daughter, his kith and kin, his relatives. Isn't it? They are his object of love. That means he has put them in the platform of love. He has not put Krishna in the platform of love. In other words, we may say, he is conditioned soul. In conditional state, the person or the jiva puts his body, his home on earth, his wife, his son, his daughter, his so-called friends, relatives, kith and kin, the platform of love. He has never put Krishna is the platform of love. Therefore he suffers. You understand? Therefore he suffers. He is afflicted by three tapas. Adhyatmika, hridayika, adhibhautya. You understand? The result is suffering, suffering, and unlimited misery. Unlimited misery. You understand? And when you will develop love for Krishna, then the possession of your body, mind, senses, intelligence are perfect, becomes perfect. You understand? Mind, body, deha, mano, indriya. Body, mind, senses, buddhi, intelligence, all will be perfect. Otherwise, it's imperfect. Buddhi, indriya, mano, prana, jananang asrujat prabhu, matrarthancha bhavarthancha, atmaneha kalpanaya cha. 10th canto. Srimad Bhagavatam says that thing. So, people, you see, cannot get peace. Krishna says, last verse of 5th chapter Bhagavad Gita, Bhaktaram Jagantavasang, Sarvaloka Maheswaram, Sruhudam Sarvabhutanam, Gyantamam Santi Ruchati. He only can get peace who knows this thing. I am Bhaktara. I am the enjoyer. Jiva is not enjoyer. Jiva is to be enjoyed. Jiva is giving enjoyment to Krishna. Sarvaloka Maheswara, I am the Supreme Lord of both material and spiritual planets. Srudam Sarvabhutanam, I am the only well-wishing friend of all living entities. And who knows this thing and in action that way, he gets peace. That means he has established himself with a loving relationship with Krishna. Eternal loving relationship. Then he gets peace. You understand? But in this material world, the people have not established that eternal loving relationship with Krishna. They have established the relations with this body, temporary, material body. Do you understand? How can they get peace? Though they try to get peace, endeavor, so much endeavor, still they cannot get peace. They don't know how to get peace. Do you understand? If you cultivate such topics, such things, which is not eternal, which are not eternal, which is temporary, which are material, how can you get peace? No question of peace at all. All material things, all material relationship cannot give you peace. Therefore, you cannot get peace. If you want to get peace, you must establish yourself in the loving relationship with that Krishna. Do you understand? Who is the object of love, who is supremely eternal. Nityo nityanam. Chetanam chetananam. Eko bahumanjo vidadhati kaman. There is one supreme eternal. He is Krishna. He is supreme Lord. Do you understand? He is supreme eternal. And jivas, minute eternals. Many. So if you want to get peace, then you have to establish yourself with that eternal, perfect, loving relationship with Krishna. You have eternal loving relationship with Krishna. Mame bansa jiva loki jiva bhuta sanatana. And you have to approach that tattva acharya, tattva drashta, was seer of tattva, absolute truth, sadhu mahadana, and have to hear from them. You have to hear from them. And they say that Supreme Lord is supremely eternal, is supreme truth, he is all auspicious, he is all blissful, transcendentally blissful, Sachidanandamoy. You understand? And he is only object of love. And you have perfect, eternal, loving relationship with him. Unless you establish yourself in that perfect, loving relationship with him, you cannot get peace. You understand? You cannot get peace. Atma, soul, is peaceful, is eternal and peaceful. But body is temporary, is not eternal, it is temporary and material body. There is no question of peace here. What is temporary, it is not eternal, there is no question of peace there. If you establish yourself with this relation with this body, how can you get peace? No question at all. You understand? Therefore, the object of love is Krishna, Bhagavan. And soul's eternal relationship, perfect eternal loving relationship is there with Krishna. The soul is peaceful, whereas your material body, mind, intelligence is not peaceful. Do you understand? Because they are all temporary and material things. What is material, what is temporary, that is not peaceful. What is eternal, that is peaceful. Do you understand? In sum and substance. Sadhana says, sadhu acharyas, they say this thing, the conditioned souls, those who are in bodily platform life, they want to get some pleasure. They want to get some peace and pleasure. Remaining in the bodily platform, but they cannot get. They fail to get. And whatever pleasure they try to get, that is short-lived, temporary, fleeting, and its ultimate consequence, result is unlimited misery. Jehi sansara bhoga dukkha jona evati adyantavanta kaunteya natesu ramate. Gita says. Spasyajanita bhoga, sansara bhoga means sense enjoyment, the enjoyment and pleasure one derives through sense perception. That is very, very fleeting, temporary, and consequence is unlimited misery. Ananta dukkha. Ananta dukkha. Do you understand? And here everything is changing. Material platform means of changing. Do you understand? Every moment, everything changes. This is material world. That your body changes every moment. Jauvanam, jara, what is that? Tasa dhyantara prapti, Dhirastatra namuyati. That verse is there. What pleasure you are getting when you are a boy, do you get the same pleasure when you are a young man? It changes. It changes. And also when you become old, Vardhakya, old is there, then no pleasure. No pleasure at all. All your senses are now weak. You cannot have any sense pleasure at all. Do you understand? Buddha oilo sab sukha bhagilo. Old age came, all pleasure finished. If some fleeting pleasure you are getting in the boyhood or in the youth, that's all gone now. All suffering. Therefore, old age is a suffering. Dukkha, misery. Do you understand? But soul, as a soul, you are eternal and you are peaceful and you are Sachidananda as a soul. Do you understand? Soul is eternal. Soul is peaceful. Soul is Sachidananda, transcendental. And that is to be understood in Tattva. That is to be heard. That is to be meditated upon. Veda says, Upanishad says, Atma Bhavari Drashtabhya Srotabhya Mantabhya Nidhyasitabhya. Do you follow my language? It should be heard. Srotabhya. Should be seen. Drashtabhya. Even should be meditated upon. Do you follow me? How can you see the soul? With the microscope. How can you see the soul? With the microscope. With some instrument. Soul or super soul. Soul is there, super soul is there in the heart. Do you understand? As the fire is there inside a log of wood. If you rub it, the fire will come out. Isn't it? Then you can see the fire. Otherwise, you can't see the fire, though it is there in the wood. Similarly, Atma is there, super soul is there in the heart, but how can you see? Huh? In the eye of the super soul, in the eye given by sadhu. Do you understand? Then you can see the soul and super soul. Otherwise, you can see this soul and super soul. You are always endeavoring very hard how to get food to this metal body. Do you understand? Toiling hard like an ass, day and night. Do you understand? Still you cannot get any pleasure and peace. Though you are toiling so hard, giving so much, trying to give this body, little body and mind, nice food, still you cannot get pleasure and happiness and peace at all. Do you understand? Only suffering instead. But you have completely forgotten how to give food to the soul. The example is given, one illustration has been given by my revered spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, that is given the illustration that one man has kept a parrot inside a case. And every day takes care of the case. You understand? Cleanses his nice way, sprinkle water, decorates it, but he never takes, gives any attention to the parrot in the case. He never gives any food to the parrot in the case. But day by day, the parrot becomes skinny. Then at last it dies. Similarly, the body is a case. The soul has been encased by this material body. Then you have forgotten completely of that soul, like parrot. And you are taking care of this case only, body. So much. Day and night, you are engaged in taking care of it. Do you understand? Decorating it, cleaning, everything, giving, toiling so hard to give food to the this case, this body. But you have completely forgotten of the soul and completely forgotten how to give food to the soul. Do you understand? If you won't give food to the soul, then what will happen to the soul? Soul becomes skinny, weak. Then leave this body case. Then what is the value of this case? This body is a clump of dead matter, nothing else. Huh? So you should understand how to give food to the soul. And you are toiling so hard. How to earn more money, more money, more money, more money. And make nice arrangements of eating, sleeping, defending, and mating. That is the requirement of this body. Isn't it? You are engaged. But there is no such hard labor needed for giving food to the soul. But you are not doing that. See? You are such a fool. Huh? You are such a fool. Huh? Soul's food is very easily available, but you are not making any effort. What is the soul's food? It's Krishna Katha, Hari Katha, nectarian, transcendental, very sweet. Huh? Do you pay any tax for it? Huh? You are paying so much tax. Huh? Do you understand? Building a nice palatable building, electrical connections are there, fan will move, electric light. You pay so much tax. Therefore you earn money, 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 money. Hard labor, hard labor. Otherwise, how can you enjoy your food? Huh? Do you pay tax for the sunlight? Huh? Do you pay tax for the wind god that blows? Huh?
They're going to use one day. They're going to introduce it one day that we have to pay for all also.
No tax is needed. Indra Deva never wants tax. Do you understand? It's free supply. Free supply. Do you understand? Huh? But for electric light, electric fan, you pay so much tax. You toil so hard to earn money, to make such nice arrangements of eating, sleeping, defending, mating is needed for this body. But you have completely forgotten huh? to take care of the soul, to give food to the soul. And no tax is needed. No such hard labor is needed. It is very easily available. Narada, Vyas, Shuka, Prahlad, Bhagavata, Mahadana, they have given us food for us. The soul. In Bhagavad Shastra, the name, form, qualities, glories, transcendental katha of Krishna, its cultivation, hearing, chanting, this is the food for the soul. No such hard labor is needed for it. No tax is there. You understand? No, there's no need of toiling so hard, earning money for the collection of food for this soul. But so hard labor is needed and collection of money, earning of money is needed for making arrangements of food for the body. You are such a fool, isn't it? Foolish person. They cannot understand this thing. And what is related to the Lord, that's all eternal, that's all transcendental. Do you understand? That's all blissful, that's all peaceful, Sachidanandamaya. Do you understand? But what is not eternal, temporary, material, that's all distressful, that's all miserable, that is not peaceful. You follow? That's how to get peace. If someone is engaged day and night, 24 hours, every moment in the loving service of Krishna, he is the platform of peace and ananda always. Do you understand? If you want to do jnananushilana, cultivation of jnana or yoga, mystic yoga, then you have to do yourself. But dharmanushilana, bhagavad dharma, sangha panga astra parsadam. The association of devotees you have to do. Ekaki amara nahi paye bada harinama sankirtane. Do you understand? That song is there. Oh, Gurudeva Vaishnava Thakur. I cannot do Harinam Sankirtan alone. Congregation required, Bhakta Sangha required, association of devotees required, congregation of devotees required. Then it will be more blissful, more relishing, more enjoyable. Do you understand? Yes, not alone. But this Jnananushan, Yoganushan one can do alone. But this Bhakti Anushan, this congregation is required. Rather, especially in Kali Yuga, this Mahaprabhu's congregation of chanting. And that should be cooperatively, all should cooperate and under the guidance, care of Original Ashtra Vigraha Sri Gurudev. Under his guidance, this will be done, then will get transcendental bliss, transcendental peace, happiness and pleasure all the time. You understand? That means you are now constantly attached to the lotus feet of Krishna, fixed in that perfect eternal love, perfect loving relationship with Krishna, who is Sachidananda. And this Bhagavad Prasanga Krishna Katha can be done any time, any moment. You understand? This is pretty, because this is question of love. Who is the object of love? Beloved or lover? Constantly you can think it of. You understand? Otherwise you cannot think it of. But in conditional state, in conditional state, Baddha Jiva, the conditioned soul has completely forgotten that his eternal loving relationship with Krishna. He has developed his relationship with this body, mental body, those are related to this body, his wife, son, daughter, kith and kin, relatives, so-called friends. That means he wants to develop love with them. Do you understand? Thereby, he gets some fleeting pleasure, that moment, momentary pleasure. But outcome is unlimited. He has put in the platform pleasure, he has put his body, his home, his heart, his wife, his son, his daughter, kith and kin, relatives in the platform of pleasure instead of putting Krishna. Now how can he get real pleasure, eternal pleasure and happiness and peace? He is full. Do you understand? He is full. Pritinna javan mai vasudeve na mutyate deha jogena tavat. Therefore, Bhagavatam says, as long as not developed love for Krishna is the object of love, you cannot be delivered from this bondage of this body. The soul cannot be delivered. That is what. How can you get peace and happiness? No question at all. No question. That is what. And that is the goal of our human birth. Human birth. Only in this human body, human birth, this is available. Not in other birth, other species. And was intelligent man, he should understand it without wasting time. Without wasting time. He should immediately start. Immediately make a thought how to develop this love for Krishna. That we have. I have this eternal, perfect, loving relationship. How can I establish myself in that loving relationship? That is the perfection of human birth. No more suffering, no more distress, no more, what to say? What is
Conception of duality.
Huh?
Conception of duality.
Yes, constitutional duality. No more revolution in this cycle of birth and death. You understand? At that time, you will never be afraid of death. Rather, you'll rejoice at the summon of death.
Those who experienced this symptom when they were passing away was beautiful and very joyful.
Yes,
Passing away.
that is the Mahotsava, great festivity in Gokul. Do you understand? Narottam Das Thakur says, কেন বা আছো প্রাণ কি সুখ হলো গিয়া নরোত্তম দাস কেন না গেল মরিয়া? You follow my language? কেন বা আছো প্রাণ কি সুখ হলো ভাইয়া নরোত্তম দাস কেন না গেল মরিয়া? Narottam Das Thakur says, why Narottam Das Thakur will survive? For what happiness, what pleasure? Here, it's better to die. It's better to die. If he cannot see Krishna, get Krishna, then why will survive? Who is the object of love? Perfect, eternal, object of love. If you cannot get it, cannot see him, cannot have him, what is the use? What is the use of surviving? Then it's better to die. You understand? And that death, he is welcoming death. And that death is not Jamadanda, that is not punishment of Jamaras. That is a great festivity in Gokul, Gopal. Yes, I say. But everybody is afraid of death. Oh, death comes. Oh, death, I will die. Oh, I will die. So much perturbed. So much fear. Oh, you'll die. Oh, I'll die. Oh, no more. So much fear. But such a person never is afraid of death.
Knows where he goes. I just don't know.
That is a great festivity in Gokul, Golak. Yes. Gokular Mahotsav. Yes. That's not Jamadanda. You understand? Because now I'll go to the lotus feet of Krishna, constantly be there. Which is Asoka Abhaya Amrutera Sthala, Tomar Charanandaya. Lord, your two lotus is such a place, there is no question of fear, no lamentation, no death. No death. That, how blissful, transcendental blissful. You understand? Sachidananda Moha. Why one should have prayed? That is. And chance has been given here in this rarely achieved human body. And one should have it. That is the perfection of human life. Success of human life. Thank you. Samvit Bhakta ki jai. Pramanandi.
The six sons of Devaki. It says that previously they were the sons of Kalanemi, the one a big demon, Kalanemi.
Also.
And then
Also.
Kamsa was previous. Yeah, Kamsa was previous to Kalanemi.
Yes.
But Hiranyakashipu cursed him that you became the sons of Kamsa. And but also he states that these sons were the sons of Marichi.
Oh, they have 6 sons.
Yes.
That Kansa killed Devaki's sons.
How they were the same time Marichi and Kalanemi's sons. Prabhupada says that they were sons of Kalanemi. And also elsewhere he states that they were the sons of Marichi.
Sons of Marichi.
So they were first Kalanemi and then Marichi and then Kamsa again.
Kansa killed them. They became the sons of Devaki, Vasudeva. And Kansa killed them one after another. You understand? Kansa killed them.
So when they were sons of Marichi then, my question.
Yes.
Before Kalanemi.
Kansa was Kalanemi in the previous birth. And they were the sons of Marichi,
But he has
not the sons of Kalanemi. Sons of Marichi. You
Kamsa
understand?
was previously Kalanemi.
Yes.
You know, at that time,
They were not the sons of Kalanemi. They are sons of Marichi.
at that time.
Yes.
Oh, no, I understand because it was confusion, you know. Yeah.
And Kansa, Kalanemi became a Kansa. And they were enemies in that birth of Kalanemi. So Kansa killed them. Govinda. There you have.
Yes. Wonderful.
Krishna Katha, Prashant.
Food for the soul.
Good for the soul.
Very tasty.
Yes. Not food for the body and mind, food for the soul.
Increase the stool, increase.
You understand? It's food for the soul. Jayatma suprasidati. Soul becomes so pleased, satisfied. Unless you give food to the soul, then what will happen to the soul? Huh? You are toiling so hard, toiling so hard like an ass, to make arrangement for the food for the body, making so much effort toiling, giving so much, earning so much money, giving so much taxes. There's no such hard labor is required to get food for the soul. No need of paying taxes. It's such fool. You don't do it. Huh? Huh? Nobody pays tax for sunlight. Nobody pays tax for this natural wind blows. But we're paying tax for this electric light and electric fan.
They sell it in Japan now. In Japan, they sell air, fresh air.
Why sell? Why the fool will buy it?
They don't. They buy because they don't have it.
Because they're full. They are full. The air is there. Sunlight is there. What is there is
Air
free
is
supply.
polluted.
Free supply. You are polluting it. You rascals are polluting. Why are you polluting it? Why such pollution? You are.
Industry.
That you are fresh air, so much nice fresh air, so much fresh light. Nobody pays tax. You are paying so much tax, heavy tax, for getting food for the body. But for arranging food, getting food for the soul, no such hard labor, endeavor is required, no tax is required. But we are not doing it. It's only foolishness, not yours. How can you get peace and happiness? Connecting yourself with this temporary material things. What is temporary? What is material? That's all miserable. That's not peaceful. That's eternal. That's peaceful and blissful, transcendental. Connected. And you are soul as a soul, you are eternal. And you are transcendental. You have eternal loving relationship with Krishna, who is supreme eternal. Supreme transcendental. And connect yourself. Establish yourself in that loving relationship with Krishna. Then you find so much happiness and blissfulness and peacefulness. Everything is there.
But when you say we have eternal relationship with Krishna,
Oh.
then we should have been with Krishna previously. But that relationship is not manifested. Is it?
What?
That eternal relationship is
Oh.
not manifested unless we come contact with a sadhu.
Yes. That is, you have forgotten it.
Yeah.
From time immemorial. You understand? Time immemorial. Its beginning cannot be traced out.
But if I have forgotten that I had relationship with Krishna, I have seen Krishna.
Because that is eternal relationship. What is eternal? Which is previously there
Hmm.
and in future will be there. That is, and present is there. That is eternal.
But then,
That is eternal.
but then
That means which is true in past, present, and future. That is supreme truth. That is eternal. That is eternal. Which is true in past, present, and future. That cannot be destroyed by Kala. Do you understand? But the time element, that is eternal.
But if I have been Krishna, Krishna says you never return to this world. If you be me, if you with me in the spiritual world, you never come down again. So then why I'm here? Why I am here? Yes.
Who is testing eternal transcendental bliss, nectar. Why you will desire to taste this true?
Be crafty.
Why would I taste true? Then never desire for it. It's getting higher taste, one desire for low taste. No, no. You follow? That is should be understood. Yes.
So Guru Maharaj, you're saying that eternal meanings, past, present, and future is always there. So that means the pleasure of the soul is always
Always.
in us,
The body still, right?
just covered.
Yes, just covered. Just encased. Yes. Get out of this encasement. Yes. This the process is given here. This process. If you can engage in loving service of Krishna, then you will be established in that perfect loving relationship with Krishna. Then constitutional position. Jiva Swarupa Krishna Nitya Das, eternal servant of Krishna. Day and night, 24 hours, will be movement engaged in loving service of Krishna. Yes. Then that is source pleasure. Transcendental pleasure. Yes.
So Guru Maharaj, if one is under the shelter of a bona fide guru, the guru he's performing loving
Guru
devotional service.
practically teaches. He is 24 hours engaged. Then he teaches, not theoretical. Not theoretical. Then he is not guru. He is not engaged.
So if we work under the guidance of the guru, even though we're not maybe doing with so much love, if we're working for him because he's in love,
If you are under his guidance, if you are under the training, following his instruction, you are in that path. You are in that path, that line path.
so
Yes.
gradually love will come.
Gradually will come. Lord Vishnu, under the guidance of a guru. For his pleasure, then that is Daiva Varnashram. Similarly, Kshatriya's activities. Arjuna Kshatriya, in whom Rajaguna predominates, he must fight. Juddham. Do you understand? Huh? I will fight for Krishna, Arjuna for Krishna. Offer the result for the pleasure of Krishna. And Haritosana. So this in this way, if you analyze, you can understand this. The ultimate goal of life is to please Lord Vishnu by Varnasana. You understand? Here, this Payobrata Aradhana is Aradhana, worship of Lord Vishnu. In detail, Kashyap Muni gave the process. What mantras to be worshipped, what the process, what nice palatable food you have to prepare and offer it to for Vishnu. Aha. Then you distribute that prasad, Vishnu prasad, to one and all those are present. And at last you take. That is prasad. Prasad means mercy. And Gita Krishna says, Jat karosi, jat asnasi, jat josi, jat dadasi, jat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurusya manarpana. Oh Kaunteya Arjuna, whatever you do it for me. Whatever you eat, you offer it to me. Food should be offered to Krishna. Patram puspam phalam toyam. Jo me bhaktya prayachati tadam asnami bhakti pahurdam. Krishna says what he will eat. Patra puspa phala toyam. Leaf, flower, fruit, water, milk, toyam. This is the ingredients of his food. No fish, no meat. That not. Onion, garlic, no. So your food should contain patra puspa phala toyam. Prepare food for Krishna and Vishnu, offer it to Krishna. Vishnu Prasad, Krishna Prasad, distribute to one and all. Then at last you eat. So if you analyze what is the food of human being, what is the food of human being? Vegetarian. Niramisa. Do you understand? Vegetarian. No fish meat. If you analyze,